So I want to bring in my good brother, Brother James. What's up with you, good brother?
Brother Everett, what's up, man? I
Peace and
appreciate you having
blessings.
me on, bro.
Man, blessings. Thank you for coming on. So I know you're doing a lot in the education system. I'm not sure, but before you go in on what you're doing, just give me a little input on what you thought about them stats, not just from Baltimore or Maryland, but globally. I mean, across the country.
Just hearing all of them it took me back to that quote that a system can't protect those it was never designed. A system cannot fail those it was never designed to protect.
Mm,
Like those stats scream that, Brother Everett. When we think about black children in the educational system, from the time that they enter these school systems until the time that they graduate, black children seem to be the only group of children in the world where everybody else is taught to work together based on their racial interests. Black children are educated to be colorblind and omniscient and to compromise their racial interests. So when you have that as the foundation of a black education in this educational system that we're speaking of, they bound to fail. And going back to that quote, those statistics are supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be a big gap between how white children perform versus how black children are performing. It also indicates what goes on in the home, because as you and I know, Brother Everett, as Garveyites, education starts in the home. And we take a far less serious approach to the education of our children at home than other groups do. And then when they get to the school, we expect all these magic tricks to happen and for them to perform proficiently on these standardized tests, make these high grades and be qualified, and they're not. And that's because it doesn't start at home. A lot of our culture, Brother Everett, is not serious about education. A lot of the culture that we've adopted today is not serious about education. Education starts at home first. We can talk about stats all night long, but if it isn't reflective in the home, Brother Everett, it won't matter what goes on in the school. You know what I do? Right now, Brother Everett, if we went into every black child's room at their home, I promise you, less than 75% have a bookshelf. You see what
mm.
I'm saying? Just reading alone, that serious approach to reading alone has to take place early. We don't put it's not that we're not capable, but we're not serious about it. Our conversations with our children are not centered around literature and thought and nation building and progression. There are things that our conversations with our children are about, I'm a sports guy too, but they're about sports, they're about entertainment. And then when these children aspire, you sending children into these schools who are aspiring to be the things that contradict what they talk about at home is unrealistic, Brother Everett. So that's my thoughts, so to speak, on
But
just
hold
on the
on real quick.
statistics.
Brother
Mhm.
Oz Bryant, the third President General of the UNIA, says race first. Race first, brother.
Race
Brother
first.
Asta, you feel free to come in here. And for those that don't know you as a young man to speak in all of this power and education, well said. Tell the people who you are. I forgot to have you introduce yourself.
That's what's up, man. So my name is James Wilson. I'm originally from Nashville, Tennessee. You all can see the hat. I'm always
Uh-huh.
repping my HBCU, TSU, the real TSU. But uh, but I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I'm a father. I have a nonprofit. I publish and write books. But my greatest accomplishment is my commitment to the race. And one thing that I did, like Brother Everett, I've written several children's books that are African centered. And that's just my scratching the surface of trying to make sure that our children have material that fortify themselves as African people and help them envision the world in a way that functions in the best interest of African people. So that's just a little bit about me. I'm not real good at introducing myself because there's so much I can say. So you know what I'm
No,
saying?
no, I'm just bless you on and let people know. You are a member of the Atlanta Division 421 division, correct? Of the UNIA.
Yes, sir. So I'm the youth coordinator of UNIA Division 421 in Atlanta, Georgia.
My man. Now
Uh-huh.
go into it a little bit about some of the books you've written. Um, well, wait, let me go back. Are you gonna be able to come to convention?
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm
You
coming.
you coming for sure.
I'm coming for sure, and I'd like to share a few words when I get there.
Yes, I got you. And also bring them books.
Of course. Those books,
All
that's
right.
part of my identity, brother.
I know, but I got to put the plug because I meant to ask you that earlier when you hit me up. Talk about the books that
Yeah.
I'm talking. Let them know of the books we talking about.
Yes, sir. So my first book that I wrote is called "Teach Me About Garvey." That's a brief highlight to some of the achievements and vision of the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Brother Everett, I wrote that book because when I was coming up in school, I didn't learn about Marcus Garvey, and I didn't learn about Marcus Garvey until I was about probably the end of my second year in college. And once I learned about Marcus Garvey, I thought that he was made up. I thought it was a lot of embellishing going on because I thought surely my tenure in public school education wouldn't have kept a figure like that, a figure of such prominence away from me. So when I started doing my research and learned what Mr. Garvey was trying to do and how to reattach our minds back to Africa and helping us finding self-love and finding value in being an African person, and then demonstrating, not just finding the self-love, but demonstrating that African people are just as capable, if not more capable, than any other group of people. Putting ships on the water, being able to establish educational institutions, being able to establish chains of commerce and businesses, all the different things that ensure the survival of a people. I had to make sure that I put together a piece of literature for our Black children to have, so they could understand a lot of things that we could accomplish. So that was my first book. My second book was on the red, black, and green colors. It's called Red, Black, and Green, Tell Me What It Means. That's just a poetic ode to the red, black, and green colors that Mr. Garvey gave us excuse me, in 1920. So anyway, so I came up with that book. And what that book does, it just kind of gives us more Black children a realistic reattachment back to Africa. Like I stated about Mr. Garvey, I wanted to help Black children conceptualize and visualize their connection to Africa, African people, and just the entire geography, the physical geography of Africa, and how that's their obligation, no matter where they are in the world. And my third book that I wrote was Teach Me About Malcolm. And this is a book that highlights the life and times of Malcolm X in poetic fashion, Brother Everett, but it kind of covers Malcolm more so from that Garveyite perspective. Still very accurate, but it's that part of Malcolm that they like to kind of leave in the back, leave in the closet. And that part of Malcolm's transformation, I should say rather his return to his Garveyite roots, was probably his most important change that he made while he was able to walk this earth. And so we cover that and Teach Me About Malcolm. And I'm still writing more, but those are three books that every Black child from second grade to sixth grade should have on their bookshelf. And again, I said on their bookshelf. If they got a gaming system, if they've got a tablet, if they've got a phone, they should have a bookshelf that's stocked and is
That's right.
used. And that type of apparatus needs to be filled with the type of literature that I produce. So I have that going on. And I also have a scholarship. I don't know if you want me to get in that yet,
Yes,
Brother
yeah. Hold
President
tight,
Everett.
hold tight,
But
hold tight. Let
yeah,
me read
okay,
this
I
quick
got you.
chat from
I
B.
got you.
Sharice Moore. It isn't enough that teachers and admin are Black. There are countless Black people in the positions of power who uphold white supremacy. And that goes back onto the politicians and things like that, Brother Charles. Before we get into what you're doing real quick, and Brother Malik, I see you up next, and then I got you, Reed. Um, Talk first of all, for all those that don't know, again, convention, Baltimore. So if you're in the Baltimore area and you want your child to have these children's books, you gotta get up with us now. These are UNIA children's books. Teach Me About the Red, Black, and Green. What is the one about Garvey entitled? Or is it Teach Me
Teach me
About
about
Garvey?
Teach me about Garvey, red, black, and green. Tell me what it means, and teach me about Malcolm.
And they're children's books. So you gotta come. We're gonna have Brother James set up. I'm sorry if I call you Charles. I coach a player named
Yeah, I
Charles
heard
Wilson.
Charles. I was like,
It's
man,
a
let me make
habit.
sure he
It's a
got the right
habit.
person.
It's a habit. I coached Charles and his father coached with me as well. So it was two Charles Wilsons. And then the singer
No, that's all
Charlie
good.
Wilson. But I got you, Brother James. But Brother James is gonna be
Yeah.
here with those books. So definitely come through. And they're bringing some red, black, and green UNIA flags. Brother John, I need you. Don't forget me. So you don't have to get the one made from China. You can get the official UNIA one. Um, Talk to us now before I let you go because you're doing such a lot. Talk to us about the youth program. The Baltimore youth program, actually, we were doing youth stuff, but we actually got it more organized because of your concern that you addressed to the UNIA at HEC. And so now a lot of our organizations are not just doing things for the youth, they're making it more of a program. Talk about the youth program that you've established in Atlanta.
So what we're doing right now, I've started the Smile Africa Book Club, and what that book club does, it just kind of addresses the same type of concerns when it comes to the Black history and that African identity in Black children. So what we do is we're trying to make sure. Right now, I'm revamping it, but what we try to do is it's 2 Saturdays out of the month. We meet at different local libraries, and we have a book for each session. And so we'll cover that book. We have activities centered around the book, and then they're incentivized to read these books through prizes and recognition and so forth like that. So it's just our way of it's our way of making literature important to them, but making it important by way of Black history, African history, things that enhance and incentivize, knowing that true African identity and so forth like that. And, we have a bibliography that we go down. And like I said, I'm revamping it. So come September, we should be back up and running. But that's what we're doing right now with the youth program in Atlanta.
Man, thank you so much because we were like doing things for the youth, but now we've really gotten themes for it. We had the youth learning about Ma'at recently in Baltimore. They did meditation with the sound bowls from the Black Cross Nurses, which
Mm-hmm.
is possible. We did agricultural teaching where our agriculture coordinator got out with them and told them show them how to plant seeds, and they planted their own plants. We do the hiking and so much more, including Team Rumble basketball. So now we're getting at more organized just because of what you spoke of. And shout out to Atlanta, y'all doing a lot of work. For people that don't know, that's why I first joined the UNIA through the Atlanta division. Before I let you go, I know you're doing some powerful things. And I needed you to talk about this because as we're talking about education, which is ironic that you hit me the other day, talk about what's going on with the scholarship things you're doing for our young adults.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Brother President Everett. So I've started the Marcus Garvey African Center Scholarship, and it's through my nonprofit, MAYCI Macy. And so I started this scholarship, Brother Everett, to incentivize students at HBCUs to either major or minor in some form of African studies. And the reason I started this scholarship is because we're going to have Black professionals who have a foundational base in African. I'm outside, brother. My bad.
You good?
Who have a who have a foundational base in some form of African studies, Black studies. From our doctors to our teachers to our lawyers, every profession, even somebody who's in the business sector or somebody who's into politics, all of these different things, Brother Everett, our people have to be qualified by a foundational knowledge base that is rooted in African-centered material, an African-centered field of study. So that's for students who they might be majoring in pharmaceutical science. Get your mind in African studies. They might be majoring in history. Get your minor or double major in African studies. No matter what professional field you go into, they need that foundational base of understanding when it comes to African studies. So that's why I wanted to start that scholarship to incentivize them to take that type of field of study, in college. That's why I got my. I'll probably say that's why I got my biggest boost when it came to that. And that's in the African Studies Department at TSU. That's when I was introduced to Marcus Garvey. And so I understand the importance. It's always been there. And so, Brother Everett, you would be amazed. There's a lot of Black schools that don't even offer African studies.
You're right.
Just as coursework. They don't even offer the coursework, let alone a minor or major. So if like Dr. Leonard Jeffrey said, we have to have this body of knowledge complementing our students as they go out into the world, into their different professional fields. So again, so that's why I started this scholarship. And to everybody who's listening, I'd like for everybody to go to MAYCILTD, MacyLTD.org. Click the scholarship tab. You can donate. What we're trying to do is
Spell that again real quick, real slow, Brother
uh,
Charles.
my bad.
Yeah,
You
I'm gonna
got it,
put it up
brother
on the
Charles.
screen. I'm sorry, Brother
Yeah.
James. See what I mean? I keep thinking, I'm sorry. I don't know
That's
why I
all
keep doing
good.
it. I'm glad you
No,
caught
it's
it.
all good.
James Wilson,
Nah,
James Wilson.
yeah, nah. So M like Mary, A like apple, Y like yellow, C like Charlie, I like ice cream, L like lion, T like Thomas, D like Denver. MacyLTD.org, O-R-G. You can go there, click on the scholarship tab. I'm taking donations. We're trying to make sure that we're trying to raise $1,000 scholarships for at
Is
least
that right
5
on the
students.
screen?
That's it. You got it, brother.
And
Brother
shout out to
President.
Queen Q Bake for your comment with the books, Red, Black, Green. It
Shout
looks like.
out to Queen Q Bake. Shout out to her, man. But yeah, you go to that site and you can go there and donate. That way we can make sure come the 2027 school year, 2028, we're trying to award 5 students $1,000 scholarship. It doesn't matter which HBCU you go to, as long as you go to one that offers the field of study and you can demonstrate that you are majoring or minoring in that form of in that field of in a field of black studies. We're offering the scholarship to you. And the metrics are on the site, the qualifications and everything. But this is just another step, Brother President Everett, that we have to take. We have to make sure that we're being the dictators in our youth reality and not mere participators. So that's something I wanted to undertake, and I want to get my global African family involved so that we can accomplish that and make sure that we have the qualified individuals who are meant to address our needs.
Brother James, I appreciate you so much, good brother, man. I got it up on the website. And what I'm going to do is try to show it throughout the night and remind everybody. And I'm, of course, going to clip your interview. So it's going to be powerful. Any last words of wisdom you want to drop with the people before you roll out?
Let's just make sure we're taking our children's future seriously. Like I said again, that's going to start at home. We have to make sure that our children are reading. The Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey said that we need to be reading 4 hours a day. I know you was talking about adults, but we have to make that a thing with our children. So let's make sure that over summer break, our children's brains are not turning to mush. They need to read. They need to read material about us, our history, our identity, our biological place of origin. But whatever it is, they need to make sure that they're reading so they can perform and be proficient in these classrooms.
Before you go, one thing that you did say, and then for those that don't know, it's in UNIA training. Where did about every child should have like a book, and you should have a book, bookshelf and things like that. Marcus Garvey said that we need to do that in our UNIA training.
That's a fact. That's
That's
a
a fact.
fact.
Yes, well, I appreciate you, Brother James. Oh, by the way, where can they get your books?
Oh yeah, man. Look at I got to pay the rent. MRBookshelf.com. That's M like mama, R like Ruby, bookshelf.com. MRBookshelf.com. You can see all my books on there. And we're gonna have some merch coming soon. But yeah, MRBookshelf.com. You can go there, order my books directly from me. I sign every copy that's bought off my website. So, to anybody
And
who
it's
like a
no
signed
dot
copy,
sign,
make sure
right?
you
I got it right.
nah.
MRBookshelf.com.
That's right. That's right.
Good,
MRBookshelf.com. That's it.
good.
Yep.
So
I signed every
first,
copy and you can get them from there.
yes, I got mine. I'm gonna get some more, and you coming, so don't forget to bring them books. Don't forget, we
You
gonna
know,
have it
I
hot.
got
Everybody, we got brother. I'm about to say it again. We got
you.
brother James. We got Charles Wilson. I don't know where you at. Come hit your coach out. We got brother James Wilson, a UNIA member from Atlanta, in charge of the youth division in Atlanta, and he has some powerful books. You can go to MrBookshelf.com. But if you're in Baltimore, he will be here with the books. You can get to meet these great people in the UNIA, man. I appreciate you, brother James. I got to focus. I'm so used to saying Charles Wilson. Brother James Wilson, I appreciate you, man. And I'm sorry about messing your name up. I got to do better. But I love you,
Now I
brother. I
appreciate you,
can't wait
brother
to
president.
see you in convention. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, love you, brother. Race
I love
first.
you too. Race first. That was our good brother, James Wilson. James Wilson, the good brother coming in.